By definition, you are either a theist or an atheist. You cannot be just an agnostic. Agnostic can apply to theism or atheism based on what you know or don't know, but it is not a middle ground. In his book, Atheism, The Case Against God, George H. Smith clearly outlines the proper meanings of theism, atheism, and agnosticism. Theism is defined as the belief in a god or gods, and that usually includes the participation in a religion that serves the god or gods. The prefix "a" in atheism is Greek meaning without theism. It doesn't automatically define one as a person who believes there is no God or knows there is no God, but it simply states that one does not believe in a God. There is not necessarily any certitude in what is or isn't, but only a certitude in what one's own personal beliefs are. He's been told there is a God, yet he doesn't see one, he doesn't see any evidence for one, and so he does not believe in one. Therefore, atheism in its basic form is not a belief, it is the absence of belief. From here, however, we can branch into more specific and defined categories. We can look further into the matter and come to stronger conclusions such as, I believe there is no God, or I am certain there is no God. Or if you're like Christopher Hitchens, you go a bit further and state, I believe there is no God, and I'm glad it is so. Agnosticism is a made-up word that seems to be used by people who wish to maintain an air of dignity or sophistication. They think it gives them a bit of integrity. I don't know either way, so I'm not going to take any side. What agnostic really means is that firm, definite knowledge is impossible. You can't know something. It does not declare belief or lack of belief. You cannot know that there is a God, but you still believe in one. You are a theist. You can't know whether or not a God exists, yet you don't believe it. You are an atheist. People who label themselves agnostics usually don't believe in a God, but they're too scared of their fellow humans, or a God in case one exists, to make such a statement. They think they're staying safe by not making any outright verbal declarations. The problem with this is that you either believe there's a God or you don't. You're either a theist or you are not. If you're not a theist, you are without theism. You are an atheism. You may not be sure of whatever it is you're practicing, but you are one or the other. In that case, you're an agnostic theist or an agnostic atheist. If you are a Christian or Muslim who is confused and not completely sure if there is a God, but you remain faithful, you remain practicing, and you're following your religion's tradition, you are an agnostic theist. If you have abandoned religion because it hasn't made any sense to you, and you don't see how a God can exist, yet you are afraid one might, so you don't speak the words, I am an atheist, to the people around you, you are an atheist, albeit an agnostic one. Again, there is no middle ground. You either subscribe to theistic belief or you don't. And if you don't, you are an atheist. And you shouldn't be afraid to call yourself one. It's not a bad thing at all. It's usually a good thing.